Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of DW20's Pack Let's Play. I believe we're on episode 8, are we? Okay. Um, Today, we're going to sleep. Yeah, but first, I'm going to grab this. Okay, that back to home. Okay, didn't do much off camera, just put things away. You notice these things are gone. Put one up here, one more, because I want to have enough room until I get my other logistics system set up with Create. That's what we're going to do today, I think, is start with Create. I know I need to do some building, but I also need to gather a lot of stuff, and I don't have the stuff to gather for that right now. So we're going to sleep. I'm also looking into improving my voice, not sounding like I'm going to sleep, so I don't put you to sleep. It's going to take some time. One of the things I wanted to say about this integrated dynamic setup, this is really good for existing things. You can put existing chests and whatnot. You can put these not logic cables, these little item, what are they called? Item interfaces on any inventory. You can put them on that. You can put them on these barrels. You can even put them directly on drawers. But I'm just starting with this, and hopefully I won't need more. But one of the things you need to keep in mind with this is that this, when you put things in through this interface, it will put them anywhere. Your stuff is not organized anymore, but then you get all the organization through here, adds it all up and puts it all in. So that works good. Let me take that out of there. I don't want that. I went down to look at something real quick. I went down to that. Yeah, I'm going to take these out. To the dungeon because, and this is kind of funny, I needed some more ender pearls. I only had 3 ender pearls, which I was surprised because I thought I got more than that, but I only had 3. So I went and to find a few more, and I did find a couple more because I want to make something. But yeah, I also found a few more slime balls. Go figure. Okay, so what I want to make first is I want to make a warp stone. I need more amethyst shards. Well, that's not helpful, is it? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I'm not going to do it today, but I do want to make a warp stone because warp stones work with the waystones, and it's kind of like having a waystone in your pocket where you can select anyone to go to and then just go to it from wherever you're at. You don't have to be at a waystone. Somebody made a comment about some other forms of teleportation. One of the ones that I like to use is the little warp plate that you set up between 2 places and you step on it and it takes you there, which is really cool. Another thing is Ars Nouveau has these little portals you can build, and you can set a location on a scroll and then go there from where you set it up in a thing. And we'll probably go ahead and do some of that, but not until we get that set up, get the Ars Nouveau set up. I took all, at least all that I know of, all the Create things that I had that I made this with, and I put it up here in a chest. And you'll notice I have cleared out a bunch of stuff. I went ahead and made a cut and paste gadget real quick, so I wanted to get this done off camera because I wasn't sure how it was going to work. And I cleared all this out. Of course, it deletes everything, but that's the trade-off. And while I was doing this, I must have messed something up because I wanted to clear out another area. And somehow I must have clicked on it to go ahead and paste it, because it pasted over my entire thing here, my entire lower base. So it messed that up. And then it crashed my game. So I loaded it back in from a time where I was just leaving the dungeon over there. And I just started over. And I just did this area here. So this is where we're going to put our create stuff. And it looks like when I was clearing, let me fix this because it kind of bothers me. When I was clearing, I did that little tunnel there, but this is where we're going to put the create stuff. Now, I am going to change out this floor, and it is going to be a building. It's going to be a big, huge building. I have a building that I used to use and bring in, but I think I want to start with something new, and this will be fine for now. We can create outdoors. A lot of people do. It works just fine, and we can pick up all these ores and stuff and get a nice building built as we go. This is going to be the back behind the house, up to about, well, this Ferro Flare lantern will probably be the house, and that won't be a house as we know it. It'll look like a big house with all kinds of fancy stuff. I've got pictures to go by, but it will be more of a place to put our kitchen, and our Ars Nouveau will be in here somewhere. And if I have some other stuff I want to use, a different mod than create or anything that supports create, I'm probably going to put it up in here, and we'll have more than one story. It'll be nice. It'll look nice. Haven't quite got an idea exactly what I want yet, but I'll get it. All right. Let's see. What do we need to start with? Well, we need some sort of kinetic power. And we're not going to use a little hand crank, because you know what happens when you do that. You run out of energy and stuff. Anyway, I'm going to probably start with water wheels. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all this stuff. I'm also going to get some wood. I'm going to make, excuse me, more of these andesite alloys. Got a frog in my throat. So andesite. Oh wait, I know what I do. I need to hook this to JEI. And that will get me my recipes. So we're going to do this. That's all I've got. Okay, well, let's see. Iron. Reason I'm using iron, you can use iron, or you can use, let me go ahead and get 2 stacks worth, put that in there, or you can use the zinc. And I used to use just zinc all the time, but I need the zinc because I don't know how much I have. But I'm going to need the zinc in order to to make brass for the different things we need to make. And that requires copper and zinc to make. We're not going to make that yet. We need all the tools first. So we're going to go ahead. Let's see. Did I not make this already? All right. Okay, now I'm out of andesite, so I'm going to have to get some of that at some point. Yeah, I've got 11. Why didn't it show it up? I'm going to go ahead and... All right, we got a problem here. There's a disconnect somewhere. Okay, we're not going to worry about that. So I've got these. Now what I want to make are some water wheels through Create. Now we also have the water wheels through Immersive Engineering, but those make basically the power like the electricity, as most of you know. The water wheel here, this is the main one, or the first one that they made, and then they made it bigger, which I like. So what I want to do is I want to make maybe 6 of these. That's a good starting point. And then I want to make the bigger ones just because I like the way they look better. All right, so we've got the water wheels. We're going to need some, we got the shafts. We're going to need more of these. So what I want is some plank. And we'll just go ahead and grab that. No, not planks. Logs. Log. What have we got the most of? Let's go ahead and use the birch. Nobody likes birch. I like it when it's stripped. I don't like the cow coloring on it. And we're going to need some more of the cogs, like this. 3, 4, 5, 6. I need a bunch of these, so I'm going to get a bunch of those, and then I'm going to get some more of those. Uh-oh. Oh, it didn't. Oop. I'm just not doing good today with all this, am I? All right, and then we're going to get a few of the big ones. So I'm going to 2, 3, 4, 5, because these are good for the early game of speeding up your water wheel. Going to need some gearboxes, and that requires those. So let's go ahead and get, I'm going to put those in there. That way I'll make them all up and then don't have any cogs left. So let's go ahead and do that. Gonna need some of these. And I would like to get I'm gonna look up the speedometer. I don't really want the speedometer, I want the stressometer. Okay, I'm just gonna grab that because I'm gonna need that for, looks like it's starting to get dark. That's okay, we do have a backpack. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat here. We are going to set this up. Let me think. I'm thinking maybe over there where it will be in the front of the building. Not back in here somewhere because it's a water well and I want it to look nice. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to set some, how many? We got plenty. Set some of these up. One thing I discovered that when you with the thing, if you the Ultimine, you can hold down the Ultimine key, right click, and get them all. This will be automated at some point so that we don't have to do this by hand. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. This doesn't work with Ultimine. So we got these as we need them. Take one, put it here. Take this, put it here. That's your speedometer. Don't really need that, but I want the stressometer. I want to see what the stress is like in the thing. So what we're going to do is come over here. And like I said, I apologize for my voice and everything. It's not the greatest as far as tone, and it's also very scratchy. So I need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll put it here. 4, 5, 6, and we'll replace this as well. Just because I want it to look somewhat realistic. Let me see how the time is doing and everything. We're doing good. We're not going to get this all done today. Just isn't going to happen. It's going to take a bit. I'm going to need some blocks. Whee! Break our ankles as we go down. And we're going to go in here. And let's see what we got for... Let's go ahead and get a bunch of spruce logs. Do we have any glass? We do. And do we have any fancy glass? Let's get the clear leaded glass. I like that. All right. Some of the first contraptions you want to make are some of the general ones that do a lot of things, and they're rather on the put this in here, grab those. They're rather on the basic side, and you end up doing them yep, just like that. Manual stuff. No. Let me put it up one. There we go. That's my, well, whoa. So one of the first ones we need to build after we get our power going is, let's see, it's going to come down. Let's get rid of this. I know I can just put it in here. It goes that way, but I'd like to see the water go. Just my personal preference. Is the thing that goes bonk, you know, the press. Yeah, you want to build a press, and you want to build a basin with a mixer, because those are some of the general things that you're going to need. I'm going to put that right there to mark exactly where that's going. So this is going to stay like that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up like this. We're going to have the water going down that way. So I don't want that there, but I do want this here because I'm going to have water going down. Cross like, whoops. Can't jump today. All right, now did I get any in there? I don't want any in there. I don't want any hindrances. So now what we're going to need 4 buckets. I'm going to need lots of water, so I'm going to go ahead and set up. Wait a minute. Wrong button. I've got this water in here. Whoops. I'm going to go ahead and set up infinite water right here. Get that all full. Oops. And we want to... All right, that's what I was afraid of. So what I'm going to do about this is I'm going to put some glass right here. You see it's coming over the side? I don't want that. Oops. What I do want... Okay. Like that. I'll go ahead and put that there. Okay, and this is going to be the same over here. I'm going to try to get it equal. And between episodes, if I have time for everything, I'm going to go ahead and start outlining and maybe starting doing some building, not a lot. Let me get up here where I can see what I'm doing and go ahead and that. Whoops. Did we pick up the water? We might have. There we go. This is so much easier than using buckets. So let's get rid of those. And that's our water wheel going. That's our first kinetic energy. Okay. Point. And I like the glass because I like to be able to see it. We don't need this here. And we don't need that. Eventually I go over and I'll replace all that with glass or wood or something, make it look real nice, but right now that's fine. So what we have going on here, what on earth did I do? Thought I put that away, but I didn't. I wonder what, oh, I put the glass in here. Okay, we're going to, so I've got a big cog here. I'm going to get all my cogs, and I'm going to put a little cog just off of here, like that. And what that's going to do is just physics. It's just going to make this go faster because it's got less surface area around it to go, so it goes faster. Put that there. Now, I'm not going to put a cog right here because if I do, it'll pop off because they're going in opposite directions. What I could do to alleviate that is to take an andesite casing, place it over, and it doesn't use it up, it just changes to what it looks like. Place it over that, and that way it won't try to connect. Put that there. Another one there. Cover that. And like that. And you make it as fast as you want. I'd probably just go with that. I could make it a little faster. As you can see, it's going pretty fast there. What I don't want to do is make it any faster going that way. So what I can do, because I want it up here, so what I can do is I can cover this, put one here, put one there. Okay, that's going to bring it up to where I want it. I'm going to go and move that. What am I doing? All right, like that. So that is the power that we need, the kinetic power. Did I get a wrench? No, I did not. So what I want to do, and just make it easier, I'm going to just go home. I'll put this in here just so that I can come home a little easier. We're going to go in here, and we are going to need some stuff. Well, first of all, I want to make the create wrench, which gold plates I don't have. Okay, I can make an engineer's hammer. So let's make the hammer. And let's get some gold. Let's get rid of that. Let's put the hammer in here and this and make the plate that way. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in my backpack so I've got it on me. And that's just a start. The first thing we're going to make is going to make those for us. All right, so the wrench for create is this, just like that. I'm also going to want the goggles, but I don't feel like messing with them. Oh, I could do it. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. And I've already put my hammer away, so doing real good today. I'm doing better today than I was yesterday. I can say that much. Let's go ahead and leave that in there. What am I missing? Oh, the glass. It's not going to work. But what we can do is come over here and we can change it back to regular glass. That's one of the things I love about chipped is you can do that. You change it right back to regular glass. That's not it. What? Oh, this way. Where's the plate? Why is everything acting funny today? Goggles. There we go. Whee! All right, I'm going to go ahead and put those here. These enable you to see the stress and everything of any particular contraption, and they look cool. All right, I want to make the press, which is this. So I'm going to need a block of iron. And we'll make the press. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and make 2 of them. The reason for that is that you use the press with something else and it works really well. So I want a basin. Actually, I want 2 basins. This basin. As you can see, you go through things very quickly. And by the time I'm going to need them, it's going to be the end of the episode. And it's going to be, I'm going to go off and I'm just going to find a bunch of stuff and get some stuff made so we can get create going real good. We're going to need a depot. There we go. We're going to need a mixer, but I'm not going to do the mixer right now because I think I need more plates. And yeah, I'm going to need plates to make this. And I don't know if I want to mess with all that right now. We'll get it eventually, maybe next time, but let's see. What else am I going to need? For the mixer, wait a minute. Let me quit being scattered. Put that there. And for the mixer, we're also going to need a blaze burner. So I'm going to save that as well. See, I can't make it. Oop, it's night. And I don't want to have to fight mobs while I'm doing this. Okay. We'll just go back. And up here, I'm going to put this one. And I like some space in between, so I'll put a shaft. I'll put another one. And then over next to it is where I'm going to put the mixer. But for right now, we're going to put that. And I want one of these for the tamp, because that makes the cardboard that we need for various things that we're going to make for logistics. And then this is going to be for the mixer, and underneath it is going to be the blaze burner, which will give it some heat when you feed it, like coal or whatever, it doesn't matter. So here we are, we have the wrench, and that's going to enable us to move things around and stuff like that. What I also want to do is I want to take that out, put that in. That is telling me, as you can see, how much stress I am using and how much I have left. I have a total of 3,072 stress units. That is the units that it measures the stress that you need. If you overload your capacity for stress, it will stop and it'll say it's overloaded. So you don't want to do that. It won't really hurt anything. It'll just make everything stop and you'll have to fix it somehow. I'm going to grab these and I think I want to just put that like that and then that like, yeah, I've been Minecrafting. Just to make it look like it's supported. Doesn't do anything, it just makes me feel better. So now we can go get some metals and we can put them on here. And depending on how fast you've got this thing turning, you see this is going real slow, but it speeds up as you go. And later on when we can make brass and stuff, we can make a special thing that will do the job of all this and you can change the speed all over the place. We're not going to worry about that right now. We're not anywhere near that. Okay. This is a gauge that tells us, okay, and you can see at a glance where you are and if you're getting close to stressing it out. The speedometer tells you how fast it's going. Don't really care. I go by looks. I go, is it looking like that? In addition to these, and this will be outside and then the building will be in here and we'll move all this stuff. We're going to put a couple of windmills, but to do that I'm going to need a lot of wool, and I don't have a lot of wool and I don't have a lot of string. So what I'm going to do probably between these things is get some sheep and make a little farm so we've got more wool. Eventually we're going to make some mob farms and that's going to help us to get stuff. So all right, I've not made the warp stone. Why didn't I make the warp stone? Oh, I don't have enough amethyst. All right, well, you know what I'm going to do? Need amethyst, sheep / wool. Because I need a little over 2 stacks of sails that you make from wool and stuff, but I just don't have all the things I need. So I've got 3 wool. That's not going to do it. That's going to make me, what, 3 sails or something like that? So I want to put this on here, sail. And here's the sails here. And you can do all kinds of stuff with it. Sails, we're also going to need a windmill bearing, which is this. And that's what we're going to need in order to set up a windmill and stuff now. And way down the line, we are going to, I wanted to get some metal, so ingots. Okay, we're going to get bleeding cold. I'm going to get just under a stack of iron and some gold. Going to need both of these plus the brass that we're going to make once we get a blaze burner and the mixer going. But we need these, and what we do is we just set those down there. As you can see, it's going to tamp them out. Now I think I'm going to, between episodes, change the setting on this and this things so it does them all at once, because this can take a long time, especially if this is going very slowly. So yeah, like I said, this will be our house up here. Back here will be our create stuff and maybe a little bit of immersive engineering, a couple other things we might need depending on what direction we go in. So this will go, like I said, slow. Once we get more power and stuff, we can speed things up significantly and make it work. This is going to be good for, you know, like I said, tamping some stuff down that need to be tamped in here. The mixer will be good for mixing different things. But I usually get this. This is my usual setup first. This is what starts it all. I do this, and then I will set up a tree farm with Create, and I will set up a Cobbleworks. Now, I'd always set up a particular type of Cobbleworks that did everything. It made sand, it made gravel, it made clay, it made, let's put this on there, it made stone, glass, everything. But I've learned to make a new Cobbleworks where it makes the cobble, as usual, with a drill. And then it goes into some crushing wheels, and the crushing wheels will make the gravel and the sand, and I put that into the storage and logistics system. Because there are these things you make, and that will be down the road, that will keep in stock things, and it'll put it through the system you tell it to, and it's all create. It's really, really fun. But that's also down the road, because we have to have the precision mechanisms, which are made later on. I mean, we can probably even set it up now, but I'm going to need brass, because I need to make a device that I can't remember the name of. I call it the pointy finger thingy that does different things. It's kind of like a mechanical user for Create. So we're going to do this. And we're kind of getting close to time. I know we didn't do much, but I wanted to get this started. Like I said, I may go ahead and build a framework for the house off camera and get that done so that we could build the house. With getting Create started, that's going to take up a lot of our time. So if you all don't mind, I may just build the house off camera and then show it to you, or I may record it and then speed it up a bit so you can see how it's done as an extra episode. We'll see how it goes. Okay, this is all done. So see, as you can see, I've got iron plates and gold plates. Once we get everything set up here, and I get some of the logistics set up, and I get the big vault set up, then I will be able to just stay up here, and the storage system down here will go away. Most of this stuff is going to go away, because all this stuff is going to go upstairs somewhere. It's all going to be in the house. This is, I don't know what I'll make this. Maybe I'll just keep it empty. Maybe I'll just put some of these statues here. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. So I'm going to just go ahead and put those in there so I can use them for making things. And I think that will be it for this episode. Because I do have some off-camera work to do that, you know, it just takes a lot of time and you don't want to see it. We need to build a cover for this that'll look real nice. And we'll take breaks from Create every once in a while, such as when it's working and doing things and all the stuff we need to do. And we'll work on maybe covering that, making it look nice, covering this thing here, this mine shaft here, make it look really nice, you know, and changing the rock and all that stuff. Starting to get dark again. Wow, that goes fast. But we're going to go ahead and say goodbye for now. I hope you all have a great, I like that. I'm going to save that as a thumbnail. Great day, and we'll come back and do some more Create, do some more building, maybe some exploring at some point. Just do some nice fun things. And hopefully I can maybe help some of you learn how to do some of this Create stuff, and maybe you can teach me some things, because I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just me. So y'all have a great day and a great weekend, and hope to see you next time. Bye.